What's goody YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over this daggone break room, y'all. Oh, all right, y'all. Happy Monday. Good Monday morning to you guys. I hope everybody is feeling good and doing great. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. We just got a few minutes, y'all. We're going to talk about a couple things and then we'll come back probably later on tonight. See what happens. Oh, boy. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. All right, y'all. Beginning of the week. New week. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Yes, Grace. Thank you so much. Hey, Mathematical, Mary Blue Latoy, Miss Ali. All right, y'all, let's get on into it. So, real quick, yesterday, y'all know we did part 1 of Olivia's 4.5-hour live stream. We'll finish up this evening. But in the midst of us doing part 1, y'all know, because there's no way I can keep up unless I literally stay glued to the phone all day long and just be watching for new uploads. But yesterday, I seen that Olivia posted our live stream, said y'all thought or something to that effect. So I'm like, well, what is she talking about now? So, of course, I go over there, and baby, it was a whole entire mess. So Olivia has now decided so she could get the money for the attorney. I guess the GoFundMe is not GoFunding. And so Olivia has decided now when she goes live that she has to meet $100 threshold before she starts talking. So yesterday in the live, she went live for an hour. Literally within that hour, she may have talked, 10 minutes. And so what she was doing is she would come on, basically told the people that she is not monetized and that everybody else is making money off her entertainment instead of her. And so moving forward, she has to meet $100 Cash App threshold in order for her to continue to go live. It definitely was, Jules. So I'm just like, okay, so Olivia, help me out, sis. So the same people who helped you out of your quote unquote homeless situation last month in August, who not only, even if they didn't give you money, they gave you the view, right? So those same people who contributed to your shenanigans last month now are being punished until you meet $100 Cash App threshold. Now, I will say this, within that hour, because I skimmed through the live, by the time the live ended, and it didn't end with her saying, okay, well, since y'all not going to get to my threshold, then bye. She literally just faded off the live. Like, she kept putting the live on mute, and towards the end, it just abruptly ended. She did say part ways before the live ended, she had reached, I think, like $40 or $60. It was one of those two numbers. She either reached 40 or 60. And because she didn't get the $100, she cut the live off. And you know what? For the life of me, I guess it's hard for me to understand. You know, Olivia, Jasmine here recently has showed us that you almost don't even need a post to have a social media account. But because these ladies do have social media accounts, and let's be honest, y'all, to get 100,000 people to subscribe to you, to get 60,000, 50,000, 10,000, it takes a lot for that to happen. And because these ladies have been on this internet so long and stuff has came so easy to them. See, this is why y'all can't just, you know how when you go to the zoo and they warn you not to feed the animals, they tell you don't feed the animals. Do they or do they not advise you of that when you go to the zoo? They tell you not to feed the animals because if you do and something happens, it's your own fault. Because they told you, right, Lakeisha, they told you don't feed the animals. So essentially what we have done is we did not adhere to the warning of not feeding the animals. And because we have fed these animals, right, now we're dealing with the consequences of it. Now we're dealing with the aftermath. Because her channel, quote unquote, not being monetized, let's just say that is the truth, right? Let's just, and again, we all know that that channel makes money. Who name it is, more than likely it's not hers, but it's in somebody else's name. But let's just say the channel is not monetized. Instead of getting that channel that's not monetized to 100,000, why wouldn't we just start a whole new channel that is monetized? Exactly, Erica. So even if she makes 100 a day, it would only get her 1,800 before her probation court date. True. Someone in her comments was going hard saying it is monetized. But my thing is, if your channel is not monetized, why did you spend so much time getting it to 100,000? And it's and you're not getting any money from. Wouldn't you just start a whole new channel? Or better yet, the channel that she gave her mom? Because we know Olivia has started other channels. Olivia has other channels. Remember when she was going to do the podcast? Remember when she cut her hair? Olivia has other channels. Remember when she was going to do, she was going to be a mukbang channel? Olivia has probably about 3 other channels. She had the beauty channel that she gave her mama. Olivia has like 3 other channels that has over 5,000 followers that is monetized. So why are we sitting on a channel that's not, you see what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. But again, I'm going to go back to saying, this is why when you don't listen to the warnings, this is the aftermath of it. So when we go to the zoo and they told us not to feed the animals and we went on ahead and fed them anyway, now the zookeeper can't even, control the animals because this is what we're dealing with. Same thing with Jasmine. Jasmine came on this internet the other day, hooping and hollering about she needed $1,000 for a security deposit. She said second security deposit, but essentially what she was saying was double deposit. Now, we know that Jasmine has told us that her credit is horrible because Philip effed her credit up, I don't know, damn near 10 years ago. Even if that is the case, girl, the majority, if not all of that stuff would have fell off by now. Jasmine should have been able to develop rental history since then. We've watched Jasmine stay in houses and apartments for at least a year. So you should be able to have rental history that is satisfactory by now, that doesn't still require you to pay double deposits. But even with that being said, she was on here, what was that, Wednesday, Thursday, hooping and hollering about $1,000 security deposit. But then I think it was Saturday, maybe it was Friday or Saturday. She showed up at either somebody's game. I don't know if it was a volleyball, track, I don't know what it was. But she showed up. She went live for like 16 minutes and showed up at one of the kids' sporting events. I'm going to just say that. So my thing is everything okay, Jasmine? Because the last thing she told us was she made like $700 between Cash Apps and Door Dashing. So did you get the $1,000? Because we ain't heard from the girl since. She was on here hooping and hollering, screaming, crying about she needs this money or she gonna get put out. Let me tell y'all something. You don't get put out for security deposits. If the landlord was willing to negotiate with you, asking that he needs double deposit, but allowed you to get possession of the house with only paying one of the deposit, I guarantee you he's gonna give you time to pay that second part or the additional deposit. We haven't seen Jasmine since Friday. So today's Monday. Is today the 8th? Today the 8th. So if you were hustling, did you get the money? Because if you did, if you updated us and told us because that's what she said, we made $700 something. Well, sis, why you didn't finish the update if we hit the goal and made 1,000? At a game when she should have been door dashing if she's truly facing homelessness. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to tell a lie, at least make the lie sound believable. Although we know Olivia was not homeless per se in Florida, but we do know Olivia did not have her own home in Florida. So if you are somebody who hasn't been watching Olivia for years and you stumbled across her channel, then you would halfway believe what Olivia was saying last month. Even if you don't believe, even if you haven't been watching Jasmine in the same respect, and you come across this video where this lady is saying she's going to get put out, she just moved into the house in August, it's now September, and if she doesn't come up with the remaining part of the double deposit, she's going to be put out. You wouldn't believe that because what? We all have rented or is renting and know how this renting thing works. So let's go on now to apparently Chris has been spotted on a plane. Y'all, this is so funny to me. Apparently Chris, which is Jasmine's ex-boyfriend / baby daddy, has been spotted on a plane. And he was accompanied by I'm just going to say Hispanic woman that I'm just going to assume is his woman, right? And apparently Chris and this woman were on the plane with another couple going somewhere, okay? Because the person who saw them, seen them get off in Nashville. And I'm assuming, I don't know if they stayed in Nashville, if they caught a connecting flight somewhere else. And so when my subscriber hit me up in the DMs about it, I said, okay. I said, are we surprised? Why are we surprised that Chris was spotted on a plane? The man has moved on with his life. Chris, yes, VM. The man has moved on with his life. Why are we shocked that he is traveling with a woman? Better yet, why are we shocked that it's a woman that's Hispanic? When Chris told us, when we first met Chris, who doesn't remember Yellow Romper night? When Jasmine introduced us to Chris and she had on the yellow romper. Y'all remember when she was down there on the floor slithering around like a reptile? Y'all remember that? Chris told us on that very long live stream they did, he told us his type of women is Hispanic. Now, we do know that Chris has 3 baby mothers. Jasmine being one of them. She's the last one. He has a white woman who's his baby mother to his only daughter. And then he has a set of twin boys, and the baby mama to those twin boys is a black woman, right? So although he prefers Hispanic women, he don't have children by Hispanic women that we know of. Let me say that we know of, all right? But he told us in front of Jasmine, standing in Jasmine's house, eating Jasmine's food on Jasmine's good Wi-Fi. He told us about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, that his preference is Latino women. So I wasn't, when I was told that this is what's being said on the internet, I wasn't shocked. I was like, oh, okay. That's what you do when you are, with somebody else. You take trips, you enjoy life together. See, he didn't do that with Jasmine because Jasmine wasn't his hype. Anytime you are living with a woman, sleeping in her bed, driving her vehicle, and somebody asks you about this woman that you living with and you reference her as fam, you call your woman fam. Essentially, he says he don't give a damn about you, right? Now, here's the problem with this story. Jasmine is fully aware of what's being whispered on the internet, and what she should have done was took advantage of the story for her own profitability, right? But Jasmine doesn't want to do that because, she doesn't want Chris's name whispered on this internet because essentially those were probably the last couple words that Chris said to her. Don't mention me and I won't mention you. No, she didn't, Erica. So instead of her coming, I don't know if Medusa's mixed or not. I don't know. So instead of Jasmine coming to the internet a long time ago, Jasmine could have drugged the Chris story out like Olivia's been doing it. But she couldn't do that because, Jasmine loves to protect her baby daddies, but they constantly keep shitting on her. Yeah, Jasmine thought, but Chris only told Jasmine he wanted to do YouTube because that's what she was currently doing. Chris wanted to do what he's doing, work a job and live a normal life outside of social media. Now, Chris more than likely has social media platforms, but obviously they're not under Chris Bowser. Jasmine told us back when they were together he had a Facebook. Because y'all remember she used to say people was in his DMs. So Jasmine told us that Chris has a Facebook. So we know that. Now, what's the name of the account? I have no idea, but... So I wasn't shocked to hear that Chris... I'm going to be honest with y'all. That's not really tea to me. It would be shocking to get on the plane and be like, oh, damn, I know that man. Hey, ain't you Chris from My Jazzy Life? That's literally what I would have done. Oh, that's Chris. But to see Chris with another woman, we all kept... Y'all know a lot of y'all felt like Jasmine was still tiptoeing in the tulips with Chris. And no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. Chris used Jasmine for what he wanted, what he needed. And when he was done, and he went on. Not tea to use, but it would be for Jasmine. Right. It would be tea for Jasmine. But but see, Jasmine's always late to the party. You never understood why people thought that her and Chris was still messing around. Baby, when Chris left that woman, he left her for a reason, y'all. He wasn't doubling. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say this. And I don't even understand why Gerard did it. Me personally, Olivia and Jasmine are not the double back chicks. They just don't appear to, I'm just saying. Jasmine go put him on child support ASAP. I mean, and let's be honest, we don't know who paid for the plane tickets, but what we do know is Chris does work. Now, I'm curious, did Chris show up for Legend's first day of school? Yeah, Portia, when men leave you, yeah, they pretty much, most men, let me say that, most men will be done. And once Jasmine realized she wasn't coming back, baby, I would have smashed that ninja like a grape. You hear me? I would have had his name drugged all over the internet like Olivia has done Gerard, and I would have got paid for it. You hear me? It's the fact that this man is on a trip, and Legend didn't leave Jasmine's side the whole entire summer. I'd be pissed just for that reason alone. Ninja, how you on flights and you ain't came and picked up this boy all damn summer? Now, even if that might sound like some jealousy, no, it's the principle. How you catching flights and you ain't flew your ass over here to get this boy? But yet Philip has had his kids all summer. Not only did he have Jasmine for, he had his other two. He hasn't left her side since she gave birth to him. You say Chris has an Alicia Keys type? Chris did tell her he didn't want no baby, but Jasmine thought that he was bluffing, and he showed her. I mean, he basically told you he didn't want no kids, sis, but you thought you just had to have a baby for this man because you thought that was going to keep... Anytime birthing out children couldn't keep Philip from cheating, what made her think it was going to change for Chris? Like, and here's the thing. They wasn't even living together 6 months before Jasmine got pregnant. So, I don't, so here's the thing. I'm not shocked that Chris was on catching flights because that's what you do when you're in a relationship. That's what you should be doing, traveling and enjoying each other. And yeah, that's what I mean. It's the simple fact that only thing that Chris did was drive the car to Houston, and it was Jasmine's car that he drove. Jasmine more than likely paid for the gas, but now he's catching flights with a whole nother woman. See, a man is going to treat you the way you allow him to treat you. So are we shocked? Why are we shocked? Jasmine got the treatment that she allowed Philip to give her. Or not Philip, well, yeah, Philip too, but we're talking about Chris. She's getting the treatment that she allowed. So we cannot, we can't be, startled or, it's just like, oh, okay. If I would have seen Chris, I would have probably called up, one of my little YouTube friends and been like, girl, guess who on the plane? It would have just been a kiki for me and went on about my damn business. You hear me? Because that man has been gone. It's been about 2 years, going on 3 years now. When did Chris leave? Like back in 2022? She came to tell us in 2023, but the man had, for Jasmine's birthday in September 2022, Chris wasn't even there. And then y'all do know Chris' birthday is this month too. Jasmine's birthday is Friday, and Chris' birthday is I think it's like the 24th. He's a Libra. He's not a Virgo. He's a Libra. So it's after the Virgos. I don't remember when. My birthday is the 20th, and I'm a Virgo. So I don't know when the Virgo Libra switches because I don't really keep up with astrological signs and stuff like that. But his birthday is this month too. So I don't know if it was a birthday trip for him, birthday trip for the female, but apparently there was a couple. It was a couples because they were catching flight with another couple. And here's the thing. People break up. Yeah, that happens. But just because you broke up with Jasmine doesn't mean you need to break up with Legend. Regardless if you wanted Legend or not, he created Legend because he didn't use precautions to make sure Legend didn't get here. So now that Legend is here, then you big dodo bird, you need to do right by that boy. It's not Jasmine's responsibility to be that boy's mama and daddy. It just isn't. That's it. That Takesha, yeah, that's all she has is his seed. That's it. That's it. This is how I know Chris didn't come bail her out of jail. Chris didn't even come pick up Legend. Chris didn't do any of that. Anytime you can't even show up for your youngest son's first day of school, anytime you don't even show up for that, you ain't showing up for nothing else. Okay? All right, y'all, that's my time. I'm gone. I'm out of here. We'll come back tonight. We'll finish up the conversation. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. TMR gonna see y'all in the next one. Remember, sub what you love. Bye. Have a good day, y'all.